Hey, I'm coming to you with another one. I'm sorry. Well, not sorry, because I feel like this one is divine. This is not just a rant. This is a divine thing. I was talking to a friend of mine. Well, not a well, yeah. I guess he's a friend. I've known him for a long time. Um, I stopped up to the gas station and she was here or whatever, and we got to talking, and some other young lady. I gotta start using my words carefully. Some young lady, another young lady that was friends with her walked in and was talking to, joined the conversation or whatever. And we were talking about relationships, and well, she was talking to me about her relationship, asked me for advice about her relationship or whatever, and told her what I felt was best, which is what I know. And the other girl was like, "You must be in school for psychology," and I said, "Nah." I just been through a lot in my life, especially in relationship, made a lot of bad choices for myself and ended up in a lot of bad situations. And I took the time to learn the lesson. And therefore I can speak on certain things I can't speak on. But anyway, so she was like, "No, let me tell you what stuck out to me and what made me ask God this question." She said, "A lot of people, you probably get asked advice from a lot of people." And I said, "Well, in conversation, if they ask, then yeah, I give my advice in conversation, but I'm not just out there just willy nilly giving people unwanted advice. No." She's like, "Well, you should write a book, you should do this, you should do that." Anyway, she was just speaking in an encouraging way. Anyway, so at the end of the conversation, I started walking to my car, and I began to ponder, like a thought began to get in my head, and I asked myself, why do people ask me for advice? Because it's not like I have a successful relationship going on. It's not like I got all the answers. It's not like I'm in a situation where I can say, "Hey, yeah, I made it out," whatever. But I'm in a good place though. Well, not a good place. I'm in an okay place. Um. Anyway, so okay, how many of y'all know that when you ask God for an answer, it's not always a delayed response? Like sometimes you ask God for an answer and He gives you the answer right away. He will bless you with the answer right away. I'm sorry, I'm nosy. People just moving around me, moving. But anyway, He will give you an answer like right away. It doesn't always have to be a delayed response. You don't always have to pray. Well, you have to pray, but you don't always have to like just go a long time and do the whole routine of fasting and this and that, this and that. Not knocking fasting, because you need to fast, you need to pray. It all works together coherently or whatever. But anyway, so right away I get in my car and God tells me, "It's because you got the scars. You got the scars. And you can't trust people without scars." And I'm sitting here for a minute because I'm first of all, I'm unable to move because I'm confused. And God is not an author of confusion, so He always clarifies. And so I started thinking of that, and I was like, okay, you gotta make that clear. And next thing I know, He began to show me things and tell me things like, okay, for one, you can't trust nobody without scars. You wouldn't trust a plumber unless he had dirty tools in the back of his truck. You wouldn't trust him. You wouldn't trust a hairdresser unless her hair was laid, dyed, whatever. Like, I wouldn't trust nobody without natural hair getting in my head. This is how I feel. If you ain't got natural hair, you can't touch my head. You just can't, because I don't feel like you understand the process I go through on a daily basis with my hair. So therefore, you can't touch my hair, okay? No offense to all you guys stylists out there with your perms and whatever. Good. Hey, you're all beautiful. We're all beautiful. Go ahead on, girl power. Get it done. But no, you can't get in my head. Fruits of the labor. You know what I'm saying? So He revealed to me that you can't trust people without scars. And so let me break it down for you. You can't trust people who have not been there. I can't give nobody advice on how to raise a son because I don't have a son. I have 2 daughters. I can give advice on a child, point blank, period, from what I know. I can't give nobody advice on how to raise a teenager because I don't have a teenager. I have toddlers. And anybody who know some advice on toddlers, I'm all ears. But I have toddlers, so I can't give you advice on how to raise teenagers. And let me give it to you spiritually for all you Holy Ghost people. But anyway, all my Christian brothers and sisters out there, hey y'all. But anyway, God broke that thing down to me spiritually, and spiritually is like this. If Jesus had never came in that room and showed the disciples his hands, his feet, his side, his back with all those scars, his eyes, his face with all those scars, if he had never revealed himself to his disciples after he received the pain and heaviness of our sin, after he went through it and was crucified and all this type of stuff, if he had never showed back up and showed himself and proved himself, then they would have discounted everything they had went through with him, the whole walk, the whole 33 years. They would have discounted that thing 100%. They would have been like, oh, it was all a lie, because we don't see no proof. No matter how many times he performed miracles, no matter how many times he did whatever, they would have still pictured it as being a lie, because the proof, the end result was not there. But God knew that he had to show them his scars in order for them to relate to him. In order for him to prove himself. No, in order for him to prove that he can relate to them. Because just because you're saved does not mean you're not going to go through hardship. Does not mean you're not going to go through pain. Does not mean you're not going to go through upsets and, downs or whatever. But because God has the scars already from all that pain, he can relate to you. So there's nothing that you're going through or will go through or have gone through that God has not already been through. So therefore, whatever you're going through, know in the end, you win. You have the victory. We have the victory. We are overcomers by nature, because our Father is overcomer. He overcame them, whipping him, giving him vinegar, taunting him, laughing at him, saying that he wasn't gonna make it to be crucified. So therefore he did everything that you're going through right now. He did it in the workplace, in your home, in your love life, in everything. Jesus has already taken that upon himself. All that weight, all that heaviness. You're just him going through this physical transformation again. That's basically what it is. Every day of your life that you're going through something, he's going through a crucifixion by somebody else. I don't know if you got that, because I just received that myself. But every day that you live in your life and you go through hardships, and you go through heaviness, and you go through being talked about, people hurting you and downs and things like that, that's God going through that's Jesus going through another crucifixion. Because once you become saved, you are a part of him and he's a part of you. So therefore, everything that you go through, Jesus is going through it. Everything that you decide on, he's a part of that decision. Because you and he are now one body. He took your sins upon the cross. So therefore, you died along with your sins. He gave you life. So he gave you his life. So therefore, he lives within you. So whatever you do, he's living with you every step of the way. He's in you. No matter what you do. No matter if you ain't prayed in 10 years, he's still there. No matter if you ain't sung a song in 5 days, he's still there. As long as you know what I'm saying? The moment you took up on his name and said, hey, I'm a child of God, you stuck. I'm sorry, but you're stuck. His love is like the almighty glue that you can't get rid of. But the point going back to the point is this. Mm-hmm. We go through things in life. We're going to have to. Because that's just what it is. There's a war going on, and there's life and death in every aspect. So we're going through things in life. But just know that in the end, I'm talking to myself also. But just know, I'm sorry. And I said I wasn't going to cry. I said I was going to hold it together. But in the end, you win. No matter how much heartbreaks, no matter how much physical, mental, financial struggle you're going through right now, in the end, you win because God's already bared those scars. He's already shown you with his scars that he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He's already proven to you. He's showing you his scars. He has the scars. So trust him. And believe in him. Believe that in the end you are a conqueror, you are an overcomer, you're a survivor. And you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to stand as a victim. You can stand as a survivor because God is the Almighty, the author and the finisher of anything. Of everything. So even in your heartbreak, just know and give God the glory because you're going to come out of it. Just like he had to come down from the cross, you're going to come out of it. You just like he had to come out of the cross, you're going to come out of financial damage. You just like he had to come out the cross and come out the grave to prove that he who he was, is what he is, and is who he going to be. He had to prove that. So therefore, no matter what, he's already proven it to you that he's going to be provide for you. He will make your enemy your footstool. Trust me. I know for sure. I know for a fact. And I have to believe it because life is too hard in order for us not to experience joy. I just believe that God is forever and will always be the Almighty, and he will forever be the person I trust because he has proven that he knows what he's doing. He has taken the scars. His shovels are dirty. His hands are dirty from bearing the disgusting sins that we have performed on a daily basis. His shovels are dirty. His hands are dirty because he's bared those things. So I trust him, and I advise you to trust him too. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go home. I don't feel good, and well, I feel great. I gotta get some sleep. My allergies still bother me, and I gotta go give these babies. And I just love you guys to pieces, and I wish for the best. All right.